Welcome back to Mattapoisett, Massachusetts. In this episode, Arabella goes from being a boat build to just simply a boat. And after a heroic sprint for the finish, Steve's large and incredible crew get to put down their tools for a moment to celebrate the incredible achievement of bringing this craft to life and setting it on course for what comes next.
The little drill press still surviving?
We're gonna destroy
We're
it.
gonna destroy it.
Not even through
fine.
brute strength, just gentle.
It likes it. It likes it. I see the table deflecting. That's okay. It's a little breezy up there, but not terrible.
Yeah.
Jack, Keith, and Aiden worked on shaping and attaching the chain plates, the connection point for the shrouds holding down the mast. KP was fitting hardware for the booms and working on getting the standing rigging ready. While on deck, Scott took care of the details around the hatches, and Ross was in the stern, pouring the last of the pitch into the remaining bits of the deck.
Very little left to do.
Yeah.
But then there's a whole bunch of scraping and cleaning up, and hopefully very little patching.
Yeah. You only have yourself to blame for this patching.
Exactly. So, no pressure.
Yeah. Pitching is hard work. We're very grateful for Ross.
Well, now I'm on my tiptoes on the top. Looks good to me.
Good for my out.
This is the best one. Look at that. You must have done this one.
Let's do a little more.
I gotta breathe. Oh, that's a nice curve.
That is good.
To attach the chain plates, an oak backing block was made for each, and bronze carriage bolts brought it all together. And outside, Steve spent the next few days making up a boomkin, which will extend the place he is able to attach the mizzen traveler and maximize the amount of up and down movement the tiller is capable of. Although it rained plenty on those trying to get paint to stick to Arabella's topsides, getting the bottom of the hull wet to help swell the planks took a little bit more work. Becca took time away from her working farm in the Chesapeake area to devote her energy toward another of her specialties, which is traditional rigging, learned during the construction of the Oliver Hazard Perry and its 7 miles of rigging.
That might be.
There's no compression force in the mast right now, so that might be part of it. Oh, that could be part of it too. Yeah. So that is to the top of what we put on for the flat.
That's to where?
The top of the flat that we put on for the track.
Great. So that's 17 feet. 16 and a half. The left is 16 and a half.
Yeah. Right. And then have you send those wires up to me?
What she's doing here is weaving the ends of the wire through itself to make an eye splice around one of the dead eyes. This takes some time and someone who knows what they're doing, but the splice is as strong as the cable itself.
We are just checking the length of this forestay. This awesome shop in New Bedford made it up like same day.
The bottom, yes.
We picked it up. Now we're just gonna make sure it's the right length, which I really hope it is, because I picked the length. Yeah, I don't think there's maybe more than an inch of bow, an inch or 2 inches, and there's, 6 inches of turnbuckle.
Okay.
So I think it's pretty good.
I've been working on the forepeak section up here. So, when was the last update that they had?
I don't know. I have not. We haven't seen this yet.
Okay, so I got here just over 3 weeks ago, and I did all the sealing on the left-hand side out of mahogany from Victoria.
Yeah.
And then after that, I did the FRP plastic, the white stuff you can see in the storage area down here.
Yep. So that's all buttoned.
That's all buttoned up, and then
There's
it's
sealing under that.
sealed with ash that we planed up and processed just before we left with the boat.
Yeah.
We actually did that outside of the boathouse because the boathouse was no longer there. And then I did the ceiling on this side as well out of the same type of wood. There's an FRP lining and the flooring in that storage locker behind this door that I'll have to hang in a day or two. And then I'm in the process of finishing off the hanging locker.
Yeah.
Lots to go, lots of doors
Yep.
to hang
doing all these
and hang.
mahogany doors here.
And then at some point we'll also hang the foldable door, also salvaged from Victoria, that will now hopefully fold in and back right here whenever it's open.
Yeah.
And then it closes like that. So,
Beautiful.
yeah, I think that's our 4-peak update.
Yeah.
Bye,
Fourth week
everyone.
update. 3 days to go.
3 days to go. And the list grows every morning. It's
It really does.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Becca's work was done, and the splices were ready to have the ends trimmed and be recovered with friction tape, serving, and net dip, which KP would be doing up until launch day. The decision was made to change the location of the stained glass planter that Jeff made to a spot in the skylight here where there will almost certainly be better light. And Scott was in the cockpit finishing off the shaping of the coaming and bolting down the bronze brackets they're attached to. While inside the boat, Steve was spending Arabella's last days on land, making sure the bilge was as wet as possible, inside and out.
So what is this process?
It's multifaceted. One, we're trying to clean out the bilge and most of the boat and get all of the pumps clogged now before we go in the water, because we're definitely going to need the pumps running. And there's just sawdust, and so we vacuumed and blew with the air compressor, but kind of flooding it out is a good way to go. And this way we can check the bilge pumps, make sure everything's running, get all the debris out of the bilge. And it also allows us to swell up some of these lower flanks and to get an idea of how bad the seams are leaking down below, which so far not too bad.
Yeah. And we took the fuses out of all the bilge pumps, so we're just filling up. Woo.
Think about how much water's coming out of that hose.
Yeah.
And how long it's been running. And I don't know, at least when I came in here, we had a couple weeping spots where we were losing like tablespoons of water.
Yeah.
So compared to what's coming in, real
Oh, there are weeping
inconsequential.
spots outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call them leaks, I'd call them weeps.
Yeah.
Like it took a while and it was like a drip forms and runs and another one forms and runs.
Yeah.
That won't take long to swell shut at all.
No.
And I think we should do this a couple times.
Yeah.
Give it a good soak, pump it out, give it a wash.
Yeah.
Really do what we can to try to find everything. It'd be really, really nice not to have clogging pumps on Saturday.
Yeah.
Just to have them be running and have caught the debris.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you thread it on further onto the rod on your end?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we're gonna need to do that.
Okay. So it's about 9:30 Thursday. We're dipping the boat tomorrow at lunchtime. So we're moving, and then we obviously launch on Saturday. And we're installing the throttle right now. And this is the third time that Satchel and I have done this. So we're just having fun. We're getting really good at installing throttles. So if anybody needs a throttle work,
And now I'm gonna put the thing.
How you holding?
we can help. Jack and Jack are still absolutely hauling. They're working super hard on getting the spars ready because they go up tomorrow at lunch, and it is, well, it's almost 10 p.m.
Wow. Holy cow.
That's pretty good. I know.
Spot on.
I'm just looking at that.
I
Going,
don't
The third one, maybe? Oh, yeah. That's
I don't
pretty
see
good.
anything to move.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Time to drill it?
Yep.
Screw it on. There are 10 screws every 3 feet. And there's 16 feet. So, if you're listening at home, that's 55 screws.
So many 1.25" screws.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Building a boat.
Okay, that's true. Building a boat.
We have Ellen here cleaning the butyl from the port lights.
Someone's got to do it.
We've got Steve up here rasping the inside of the mast hole, probably for a better fit of some sort. You can get a peek in there. That's all it is.
You ready to float this thing?
Yep.
Do you think this thing's ready to float?
Probably not right now. But it will be in a few hours.
It's gonna have to be, huh?
That's true.
It's always like this. It's not like we weren't prepared or something. It's always like, oh shoot, I threw my sails on my boat last time I launched her, like at the very last minute. The truck came in and went whoop, and then went and threw the sails on board, and all my gear and everything in about 5 minutes. Nothing moves you like the truck showing up.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Can you take your truck over there?
What?
You gonna take your truck over there?
This last move was just a few blocks down the road, but it's significant in that from this time on, if all goes to plan, Arabella will always be within sight of the water.
Good job, Scott. Thanks. I'm doing so much with this gigantic toothpick.
Go for it.
That's it.
Down. Who's all untangled up there? I can't really see that well. I don't see that.
Right there. Pretty good.
Jack, what time is it?
I'm on my phone. Must be getting on 9 o'clock. 8:39.
Okay, 8:39. We're getting the boom delivery. The final boom.
Beep beep.
You want to hand it out?
Yeah, you want to just pass it right up,
Yes. My littlest sister.
The littlest sister?
Yeah. The other one's here somewhere.
Here you go.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing on this one.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the same thing on the other side.
I don't have one on me. Oh yeah.
Is this box of
I have the phone on me, Brian. Okay, so now I'm just going to find a place to perch.
As the crowd began to assemble with folks from all over the country and the world, the last preparations were made on deck. Ed, the owner of Buzzards Bay Yacht Services, where Arabella had been staying, was on hand to help with the launch.
And once we get out far enough, then we'll go. We can back out under our own power. And then we'll come on the float. We're supposed to go on the float right where that power boat is sitting on the float right now.
Okay.
So
Bow in or stern in?
it's up to you. I'd go bow in. It'd be easier.
Cool. Yeah.
And then you also get a little more privacy because you can change where it's facing.
Oh yeah.
Out. In the
Sure.
evening.
Yeah, that's wise. That sounds good. Okay.
That was a gift from Ann.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. I got him a rigging knife from Ship's Koi Forge, and I sent in a piece of wood from Victoria and a piece of the oak.
Yeah.
And so the handle is like the two different woods.
Oh.
And he started crying when I gave it to him last night. I was like, oh
my gosh. That's
It was
amazing.
so sweet.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
Yeah. I'm glad the pizza's getting eaten for breakfast.
Yeah.
So much of it.
This is how we eat.
Hey, Shorty.
Oh my God. There you are. Good Emily.
You're gonna have to move a sea of people.
You're supposed to say words.
You did it, buddy.
No problem.
You got the shrouds on.
We can't see you behind the baby.
Hey, good to see you. Hey, little one.
Camden.
Hi, Camden. You have no idea what's going on.
No idea. Why are we here? Why are there all these people? Why are you giving so many hugs?
He used to work for Apple.
Ah. When I started this, I didn't really know where it was going to go. I knew that I was going to learn a lot, and I was going to face a lot of challenges, and I was going to meet a lot of amazing people along the way. But I had no idea how many amazing people and how much I would actually learn and how much I would be challenged. And it has been an incredible experience. And if this all vanished today, I would not regret a second of it and would do it all over again. This has been a labor of love for many years, and it has been done by a team of folks ranging in the ages of 10 to 80. We have had the most liberal of liberals and the most conservative of conservatives, and everyone in between. Literally, Arabella would not be here if it weren't for just about every demographic of person that we have in this country. And all of these people who seemingly have absolutely nothing in common, who live in different parts of the world, in totally different income brackets, who have a completely different life. And we all came together and we all built this. And thank you. And I think about how amazing this world is and how the generosity of strangers really can make beautiful, beautiful things happen. And when we all chip together and donate a small amount and give it a little bit of time, dreams and kind of almost miracles really can come true. So without further ado, I'm going to go crack some of my great-grandfather's dandelion wine on the stem of this boat. He's the one that planted the spruce trees that became the spars. So thank you, Fred, and let's get this thing in the water. somebody? Thank you.
Okie dokie.
All right, you ready?
You?
Nope, I think that's it.
Okay, Satchel. Let's do the damn thing.
But we don't want to send a mile of line to the shore.
Yeah, we're gonna keep most of it on the boat.
Right, yep, you got it.
Leaky, but nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
about the bilge. After a few hours of being in the water, the bilge pump was only coming on every 20 to 30 minutes, just for a few seconds. The next morning, there was another boat to launch. Victoria, Arabella's tender, built by Bob Emser from the Art of Boat Building. I asked the police officer minding the crowd if he had ever seen so many show up for launching a dinghy, and he said this weekend has had a lot of firsts, and that's one of them.
How are you doing, Bob?
I'm doing great. Doing great.
Good to see you.
I brought you a gift.
I see this. Beautiful.
Yeah. Let me show you how some of the components work in here.
Yeah.
So I got these latches. So it's all watertight, so you can throw some fish in there.
Beautiful.
And as you requested, it has removable soles.
Good.
Which is the
Because
same
we're going to
latch.
make a mess.
Same latch, and they just simply lift out.
Oh, Bob, I love it.
If you're sailing wrong and you come along the beach and you want to come up and you just come up, there you go. It'll take just a little bit of practice. Maneuver. I was suggesting that you take, some cords and lash it.
Yeah, so it doesn't get all
you
bounce around
could
so
even
much.
lash it up this way to this.
Yep.
If you wanted to. So, yeah, I guess it's ready for you to take for a row.
To build a boat and to have your very first sail aboard the same boat is, at best, very rare. All of us sailors got aboard some boat at some time that was our first. Why not Steve aboard this boat? A proven design, surrounded by friends who are so glad to continue sharing their knowledge with him and all of you too.
On a final note, I would like to speak on behalf of Steve and the entire crew when I say thank you so much to the town of Mattapoisett, Massachusetts, who housed and fed and welcomed us for the closing weeks of this incredible building journey. They took a big gamble in hosting such a large gathering, and it could not have been a more perfect place to turn the page in the story of Arabella. And then a big thanks to those that may not have contributed financially over the course of this project, but just by watching and being interested, you're no less part of this community as others. But of course, a heartfelt thank you to all that have supported the project with their own funds. This never would have happened without the generosity of complete strangers. and we hope you'll stand by us as the story unfolds. We'll get you caught up as soon as we can on the sails going up and the first trip to Mystic for the boat show this weekend. But first, we'll be taking a short break from making videos. We will be back as a sailing channel that also makes stuff in a couple of weeks. Until then, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you out there somewhere.